I've been writing an article or sort of like thing for myself about a pattern that I saw in first actually in other people, about people who succeed in business and who don't succeed in business, and also in myself, like periods of success and failure, well, not success in business, however you want to see it, and how, especially like in the pattern that I'm talking about, is like the way how I approach business. So I'm still trying to get deep onto this, like, is this really something I can make a judgment on? So that's why I'm like writing a lot about it, but still I think it's important to make this video because I think there is a good insight in this. So when I look at like entrepreneurs or my friends, and I try to dissect of like, all right, why does he have success and he not? Because I just figured out that like I know some people who are pretty, well, not that capable and not that smart in a hard sense compared to someone else, and that guy is getting success and the other guy is not, and that guy is actually very smart, very capable. Why is it not working out for him? And it actually sort of clicked once I started getting back into contact with an old friend of mine here who's trying to make his own business work, and it just doesn't seem to work for him. Like, sort of like, again, I just look at him and I think your problem is that you are looking at what you are gonna get out of it. That's your only frame. You're not really looking at, okay, what's the thing that I can offer that will bring the most value. No, you're thinking about how much you will get in, how much you will make, and what's the best way for you to make money, instead of like, what's the best way for me to give value? What's the most value I can give? What's the offer I can do where I can give the most value? And then I just started going off and analyzing people, and it's like, and also some friends, and it's like, I feel like the most success in business is gained when you are not that focused on how much you are earning. It's like the moment you are obsessed about creating the best product and delivering the best value, and that's like your outlook, that's when you get the most results. If your whole frame of which you do business is, I want to make 30K a month, and that's all you're focused on. If that's your frame, like, I don't say you have to change your goals. So that let me explain this. But if your frame is like, I need to make 30K a month, I need to make 50K a month, I need to make 10K a month, whatever the amount is, and you're so focused on that you need to make that amount, you're gonna search for things in the short term that will get you to that amount. Instead of like, what is the thing that I can bring the most value, and therefore that will get me the most amount of money? Because still, like, you don't have to change the fucking goal. But if let me explain my personal story. The moment my business really took off, and really my mindset in the beginning of business was that like, I'm just gonna obsess about delivering the best results and value for my clients. I could do this because I saved up a bunch of money and I was not worried about making money in the short term. Like, not at all. Not at all. I had a business partner at the start, and he was like, oh, and then we have to be at 10K then. And I'm like, I don't fucking care. Like, as long as I can keep doing this. And of course, at some point my savings are gonna run out. So at that point, I need to be able to cover my living expenses. But at the start, I was not worried at all about how much I was going to make and how much I was going to get out of it. I was so obsessed about, also a bit of stress, I was a bit of paralyzed, but like, I didn't want to fall short for clients. Like, I did want to give the best service and the best results that I could to those clients. And that was everything that I was obsessing about. And I was not thinking about how much I was going to make of them, because I just knew that the most important thing is that I now show them and actually help them and bring them as much value as possible, and then the money will come. I was doing a project in September of 2024, like a few months after I started my business, and for the whole month, basically from the morning I woke up to the moment I went to bed, I was working on this one project for this one big client that I came in contact with, and I just knew I have to fucking do this. Like, we agreed on 2.5K for the whole project, and like, I should have been paid 10. Like, I could have had, looking backwards, like, for everything that I did, I should have been paid 8. I could have asked 8 to 10K. Like, later on, I did ask for like 3.5K, because he was also like, if it takes more time, you can ask more. But I was not focused on that. Like it didn't matter, because as a result of that, I didn't complete my whole article thing yet. I wanted to make this video, but comes down, only from that client, they stayed with me, so I made $1,200 a month, only from that client onwards. So I don't know how much that has been until now, 18K or something. But not only that, with that I got a referral to another client, which gave me a K a month, also for the rest of the period. And I used that as a case study to land my biggest fucking client that I had for the whole year, was basically, a huge part of my revenue. Like I made so much, I don't want to throw too much exact numbers because I don't know exactly them, but I made so much money by obsessing about delivering value to this client. And basically in this whole period, this was my whole mindset to business, and also why I clashed at the time with my business partner, who now is not having success in business, is because I was so obsessed, not about what we were getting out of it or what I was getting out of it and how much I was going to make. No, I was obsessed about the value that I could bring. I was obsessed about, all right, we're going to do this and we're going to figure this the fuck out. And I don't care how, and I don't care how much time it's going to cost us. Yes, they paid us so much, so it doesn't make sense to work this much on this project because it's so complicated and we should ask more, but we are just going to fucking fix it. We're going to just fucking do it. And that was my whole mindset, and that's what gave me success. And later in 2025, I also lost that. I lost the obsession and the care for a big part of my business. Like I didn't care about the value anymore. I was just only showing up and delivering the service that I had to deliver. And I was not looking at, all right, how can I bring the most value to my clients? It was not like, all right, I'm making this. And of course, I'm doing what I have to do on paper for this client, so I'm making that, but I wasn't actually anymore focusing on value. So you can guess what happens. Like my revenue started dropping, and yeah, I feel like that's what I see in other people. Like the moment you're approaching business with a mindset or attitude, however you want to call it, of what you want to get out of it, like I want to make this much, it's like, that's not bad. Like I was also in business to make money, but it's like, I know the way to make money is to not think about the money, but to focus on delivering the best fucking value. So if you're struggling in business and you know you're capable and you know you're smart and good at what you do, but you are not having the results, it's like, are you actually thinking about how you can bring as much value as possible? And that's also really what I try to do now. It's like, I am not concerned about making the most money in the short term. I just want to focus again on value. How can I bring the most value? Because, bro, the things that you will get out of that in terms of money after that is just... So I went a bit on a ramble because it was a bit unstructured. I just know that this could like help someone out there, and even myself. I know I could look this back in like maybe a year and could just, if I ever got off track again and just being focused on the numbers of making so much, it's like, no, like that's not the way. Like if you want to make a lot of money, you have to be focused on how can I bring so much value. Okay, I want to make 100K a month. Okay, how can I be of so much value that I will earn 100K a month? That's it. It's not the other way around. You have to deliver the value. And then another few thoughts about what I think could help in your business and your excitement for the work when the work is not that exciting is you have to, how do I say this? The reason I think I stopped giving so much value to my clients is because I stopped caring as much. So how do you care more? Because I started to make money. I made enough money, and that's why I stopped caring. It was like, I don't know. Because I got to the point where I didn't really care about the companies anymore that I was working with. Didn't care that much about the people, which sounds very harsh. It's not that I don't care about them, but not enough to go over and beyond. Therefore, for me right now, going forward in business, I think it's important that I want to that I work with people that I care about, that I want to help. Because if you then have things that you have to do that you just don't really want to do and they suck, and well, you don't really care about the money because you already make enough, and you don't care that much about the person to just suffer for that, you will just not do the thing, or will be just such a struggle to get through. So I think the solution for that is basically just working with people you actually want to work, and just putting more interest in the person you're helping, the company you're helping, and what you're helping them with. I was doing an accounting project last week for a company, and I was just postponing it for days to actually do like these few hours of figuring stuff out for this project, for this client. And this was because I got referred to this client. I didn't know much about it. I spoke to the owner like one time on a half an hour call, which seemed like an okay dude, but I didn't know the fucking guy, I didn't know the fucking company, I didn't really know what they were doing. I just knew the problems in the accounting systems that have to be fixed and what I should deliver. And then, I don't know, I was in the car because I was like, all right, today I really have to do it. And going through my documents about my notes that I made about, okay, what was actually the company fucking doing? What are they doing? What's important for them? And I just started going through to their website, and I was like, damn, they were actually a cool fucking company. And I actually bought one of their products because I wanted to have them, because I wanted to, it's a present I want to give to one of my friends. And it's like, oh, this company is pretty cool. And I started looking at like this owner, this guy that I spoke to on the call, how did he start this company? It's like, oh, I found this article about how he started this fucking company. I saw the product. I now also saw, I actually started looking into the numbers. How much are they making? How much profit are they making? How is right now the inside? And I was like, all right, this is actually fucking cool. I suddenly got excited to do the work that previously I was postponing for like a week, because I just was like, all right, I can do it later. I just didn't feel like doing it because it was pretty, boring work, and I didn't care about it. It's like, I get a pretty small amount of money for this. I don't really need it. And now I just wanted to help this person. I wanted to help this company. So yeah, that's, so my point here is like, if you struggle to get enthusiastic or to get driven to do certain work, it's probably because you just also don't have the drive to really do it. And that could be because you just are not connected with what you're doing or the client you are serving. So I think the way to increase that is to get to know more about the client, about the company you're helping, about how your service is actually going to help them. And if you actually want to help them, it's like, all right, well, there's a few things I really don't feel like doing, but I'm actually excited because this could help this person with this. So, and if you combine that with just the attitude of delivering value first, instead of thinking about what you're going to get out of it in a financial perspective, I think that's something that could help if you are struggling right now in business. So I will come back about this topic in a more structured video and maybe also article form, because I think it's a cool and interesting topic. When I was like thinking about this and analyzing my own business journey and that from other people and friends, I just find it interesting to see. It's like every time they care a bit too much about the money and they're really thinking about, oh, okay, I need to make this offer so I can make this much, it almost never works out. Instead of when someone is doing business with so much excitement of like, this service is so good, like it's helping my client so much, I want to do more of this. Like that's the way you actually scale, I feel like. That's, maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I've been observing and concluding a little bit for myself. So I just wanted to put this out there. Just enjoy doing the business, care about the people you help, and try to figure out how you can bring the most value to them. And it will be an enjoyable way to do business, and it will be the way that you get the most result financially out of it. So, all right.
Bye bye.